Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
Oh my goodness. It is 8:37 News Talk 105.9 WMAL. We are making sense of the news. We've been making sense of it all morning for you. It's Patrice Onwuka. I'm here every Friday. Larry O'Connor is vacationing, and so I'm here in for Larry and joined by Hans von Spakovsky. Good morning, Hans.
Good morning, Patrice. Been a great 4 hours so far.
Well, you know what? As this Janet Jackson song is saying, I just want to get away. But we've got 30 more minutes of airtime. And we've got a great guest with us this morning, Stewart Whitson. He is running in Virginia's 11th Congressional District for the U.S. seat. The special election is going to be September 9th. Stewart, good morning. How is the race going?
Hey, good morning, Patrice and Hans. Great to be on with you both. It is going great. So I think people know for the first time in 16 long years, we actually have a choice in our district, and the choices couldn't be more different. And so people are really excited about that. We're working really hard. And like you said, election September 9th, that's less than 2 weeks from now. So we're excited.
All right, so early voting is happening right now. The election is going to be September 9th. You are running against the Democratic nominee for the Fairfax Supervisor, James Waukesha. Tell us about Mr. Waukesha, why you are a better pick to represent the 11th District in Congress.
Well, really, in a single word, it comes down to service. And so I'm a proud husband of 20 years, father to 5 school-age children, a U.S. Army combat veteran, and a former federal law enforcement officer. I spent my entire career serving our country. Waukesha spent his entire career serving Conley. And so what we need in our district is someone who's going to fight for our families and fight to restore common sense. And that's what I've spent my career doing, and that's what I want to continue to do if the voters elect me.
Now, I know the election's September 9th, but, Virginia, I think now has the longest early voting period in the entire country. So voting's actually been going on for at least a month already?
That's right. And so today's a big day too, because now there's going to be 12 early voting sites opening up.
Wow.
So far there's only been 3. Now there's going to be 12. And I'm actually going to be at 5 of those sites today, bouncing around. And here's a big deal. It's also going to be open on Saturday. And so up to this point, early voting has kind of been during working hours when I think a lot of our voters are actually at work. Mm-hmm. And so it's exciting because now Saturday is going to open up, and we really need Republican voters to get out and vote. Because of the dynamics of this special election, this is a race we can win if Republicans show up and vote. And so we're really trying to push people to the polls.
Stewart, one of the big issues this election cycle in Virginia, just like it was several years ago, is about parents, parental consent. And back then it was about what children were learning in schools. Now it's really about parents knowing what what's happening with in these schools with these bureaucrats, and when it comes to women and girls sports, girls locker rooms, girls spaces. Talk to us about the Fairfax County, its school board, and what they're trying to do. Frankly, thumbing their nose against the federal officials who are just trying to say there needs to be separate facilities, and if you are a boy, you are going to the boys' facilities and the boys' teams, and if you're a girl, you're going to the girls' facilities and the girls' teams.
Yeah, that's right. And so I mentioned, my wife and I, married 20 years, have 5 school-aged kids. They all go to school in Fairfax County. 2 of them are in the Fairfax County public school system. And so all these issues really strike home to us. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy that we're even having to talk about this. Again, it's not only having boys participate in their sports, it's having them use their locker rooms and their bathrooms. And so what's crazy is my opponent has come out and he said that's a civil right, that if there's a boy or even a man that identifies as a girl, they should be allowed in their locker rooms. And we saw what happened with Richard Cox.
Yes.
Your listeners should Google it if they're not. So COX, a convicted sex offender who identifies as a woman, used this county policy to get access to several female locker rooms across the district. And he exposed himself not just to women, but to little girls. People complained. My opponent did nothing. And so this is what we're up against. We need to restore common sense to government. and protect our kids. And it's not even just their safety, it's their dignity, their innocence. And so we have to fight for that.
Stewart, Virginia is one of the handful of states that has off-year elections. This is a special election. And there have been times in the past where folks in Virginia have complained that they have not gotten the support from the RNC that they thought we should get. So I hate to put you on the spot, but have you gotten the kind of help and support from the RNC that you wanted to get?
No, to be honest, I've received zero support from the RNC.
Wow.
And the truth is, this is the bellwether election for the country. So so the midterms are coming up. We obviously have a big election coming up in November as well. But this is the first election, and it's election we not only can we win, we're going to win it. And so we need to get national folks need to get on board. But here's the good news. Our local folks are energized and supporting in ways we've never seen. And so we're in this fight, and things are looking good. Things are looking positive. So we have a path to victory. We just need Republicans to show up and vote.
We're speaking with Stewart Whitson. He's running in a special election on September 9th to represent Virginia's 11th congressional district. You know, Stewart, we've had a number of Virginia legislators on, including the governor of Virginia, but also some others running for office. Talk to us about just the stakes here. When we look at what's important, both, not just for the state, the governor's agenda, but also for representing Virginia in Congress, because listen, there's a slim majority that conservatives have and a very small, narrow window of time to get a lot of things done before the midterms, if perchance things don't go too well for conservatives in 2026. So talk about the stakes there.
So you're spot on. So in the last 90 years, Republicans have had a trifecta, only 9 of those 90 years. And right now we have the slimmest majority we've had in the last century. And so electing a conservative like myself to Congress, not only does that add a Republican seat, it takes away a Democrat seat. So it's a huge impact. Again, we'll have so the one big beautiful bill was done through a process called reconciliation. We'll have a chance to do at least one more of those before the midterm. And so electing me to Congress, this is great for Virginia, but it's great for the country. So if you're a conservative across the country, you want another conservative like me who's fought in the trenches. So I mentioned my background. I also spent 4.5 years at a conservative think tank fighting to advance conservative policy. And so if people go on my website, whitsonforcongress.com, they can see my background, but they'll know I'm a proven conservative, America first, unapologetically, and I'm someone that knows how to get things done on day one. So this is big, not just for Virginia, but for the country.
Terrific. Stewart, we've got to leave it right there, but thank you so much. Folks can go to whitsonforcongress.com and follow you on X at Stu_Whitson. Thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thanks so much. Great to be on with you guys.